3 things your unconscious mind wants to create change. So this is going to be about how you can actually create change, because change doesn't happen because you want it. It happens because you repeat it. So your unconscious mind rewires itself for a few different reasons. And if you're not repeating it, then you're not reprogramming it. So that's what we're going to look at. So by the end of this audio, you're going to know 3 different things that your unconscious mind wants so that it can create the changes that are going to create whatever it is that you want. So as you listen, you can think about what is it that you want to achieve. It could be in your personal life, your professional life, in your relationships with personal growth, health and fitness, spirituality, whatever it is. So as I go through these 3 things, think about how you're going to apply this to your unconscious mind. Now, the first thing that your unconscious mind really, really wants is repetition. Now, the unconscious mind, one of its prime directives is it needs repetition for a habit to be installed. So your unconscious mind, it learns through repetition and consistency, not a one-time effort. So repeated thoughts and behaviors become familiar, and what's familiar becomes automatic. So think about it. A lot of the thoughts that you have today, you probably had yesterday, and the day before that, and a week ago, and a month ago. Now, the thoughts that you have today, chances are they're going to be similar tomorrow. So if you want to change your thoughts, you need to, not just do a one-time effort, you need to consistently change the thoughts every single day, and that becomes automatic. So, for example, if you want to build a habit of confidence, you may want to give yourself suggestions that you're confident. And every morning, you can program this belief into your mind, or before you go to sleep, you can tell yourself that you are confident. And the more often your mind thinks this, especially with emotion, the more it becomes your internal dialogue, your internal default. It becomes automatic and natural. It becomes easy and effortless. So when I'm working with clients, doing hypnosis or doing other techniques and helping them, I install repetition within the hypnosis or within the techniques. So what do I mean by this? Well, let's say that we're working on a problem to get rid of someone feeling that they're not good enough. So we get rid of the problem to have this person think they are good enough, think they are confident, whatever they want to do and feel instead. So we install that belief or that new emotion in their mind. Then I have them go to a time in the past where they may have felt that old belief that they used to have, and they notice that they cannot find it. So there's another repetition. Then I can have them go out into the future to see themselves with the new belief or the new emotion. Then I can have them go out to another time in the future and another time in the future. They can take another step into the future. So through the technique, through the hypnosis, whatever we're doing, we're installing this new behavior several times. Now, maybe you're thinking, okay, well, that still sounds like a one-time effort. Yes. In order to install it and completely integrate it, yes, you have to take some physical action. Maybe this person was not wanting to do something, so now that they feel good enough and now that they have confidence, they're going to start taking new actions to do that. So repetition. Make sure whatever you're doing, your mind needs repetition for a habit to be installed, for a new behavior to be installed. Whatever it is, give your mind repetition. It's very important. Now, the second thing that your unconscious mind wants to create change is emotional intensity. Now, another prime directive of the unconscious mind, all of these have to go with things that the unconscious mind does. And if you've studied the unconscious mind, then you'll know that the unconscious mind does certain things. So the unconscious mind is the domain of all your emotions. And it also presents those negative emotions that you may have for resolution. And it also represses negative emotions to protect yourself. So, the unconscious mind, if you really wanted to make really good change, the unconscious mind responds strongly to emotions because it's the domain of emotions, not just logic. So when a thought or an experience is charged with emotion, whether that's positive or negative, it's more likely to leave a lasting imprint. I'm sure that throughout your life, you probably had some really, really positive things happen to you. And if you were to even think of those now, you would feel really, really good. And maybe you had something happen to you that wasn't so good. And that left some sort of imprint. So for example, when I'm doing something with a client and we want them to create a really powerful resource anchor, for example, this means that they can press their knuckle anytime in the future and they're going to be able to feel certain emotions. In order to create that anchor, they're going to remember times in the past that they felt really confident, really intense confidence, really intense events that they felt confident before. So the more you put those emotions, so more repetition, more consistency, all of these things kind of go together. And the more intense and associated, where you're looking through your own eyes, and it was a really good event that happened, the more likely this anchor that you create is going to allow you to access so many wonderful resources in the future. So that's going to leave a lasting imprint. So another example, let's say that someone has a bad habit, such as procrastination. So if someone just thinks, oh yeah, I'm not going to procrastinate anymore, I'm just going to do stuff. Now, the thing with procrastination is, what's the opposite of it, if you were to guess? Probably motivation, right? So if you're thinking about it from procrastination to motivation, there's actually kind of a bridge that you have to go across, or some stepping stones. When's the last time you were just so procrastinating and you were sitting there and you didn't want to do anything, and then all of a sudden you were totally motivated? Probably not. You probably had to have some other emotions in there to get you to that motivation. So maybe procrastination, then you start to have stronger emotions such as some energy. Then that energy goes into confidence or something else. And then after you have that confidence, then you feel totally motivated. So if you work with your emotional intensity, you can even create chains of emotions to lead to the strategy that you want. So you can even get rid of something like procrastination. It's pretty interesting to think about, isn't it? So emotional intensity is really, really important as well. So whatever you're doing, it's okay to stop and enjoy that emotion for a minute. If you feel really, really good, think, wow, this is amazing. Feel this. This will help your unconscious mind really immerse in that experience, and it'll want more of that. When your unconscious mind, another thing it does is it generalizes. So when it sees you have success in one area, it then wants to have success in many different areas of your reality. So for example, you have success in business, it'll want you to have success in your relationship with health, fitness, with spirituality, with personal growth, with whatever it is that you want to do, investing, exercise. So keep that in mind. The third thing that your unconscious mind wants to create wonderful changes is clarity of intention. The unconscious mind needs a clear and specific goal to work towards. So if you give your unconscious mind vague details or a vague intention, it's going to get you vague results. So your unconscious mind, it needs clear orders to follow. It's another prime directive of the unconscious mind. Like I said, I teach these in my training. So it's really important to know these prime directives of the unconscious mind. So when you desire something and you're focused, your unconscious mind starts aligning your behaviors and your perceptions to go to that outcome. Now, why does this not work if you're not clear and you're not specific? What if you tell your unconscious mind that you want to be healthier? What's your unconscious mind going to do? Is it going to know exactly what to do? It may do one thing and then say, hey, I completed your goal. You're healthier. Maybe you walked one time and your unconscious mind thinks, hey, you did a fantastic job. So instead, you could say something like, I walk for 20 minutes every morning at 8 o'clock and I eat one plant-based meal a day, for example. So this directs your unconscious mind to start building habits around that specific change. If you want to make more money, tell your unconscious mind exactly how much money you want to make, revenue, profit, and when you want to achieve this buy-in, when you're going to do it. Then your unconscious mind knows what to do. Your unconscious mind already knows how. It needs to know where to go, though. Your unconscious mind has all the information it needs. It needs to know where to go. So give your unconscious mind clear and specific orders to follow. If you're not giving your unconscious mind orders, then you're going to keep getting what you're getting right now. Even if you change the orders, you give your mind more clarity of intention. If you just do this one, the wonderful thing is your unconscious mind, when it has a target, then it knows what to do. So many times you've probably achieved a goal just because you set your mind to something. It didn't seem like a goal, but maybe you just wanted to move to a new apartment or you wanted to move to a new city. Maybe you didn't sit there and plan out this whole goal, but because you thought about it, because you took steps, because you were clear on what you wanted, and you were specific about where you wanted to move, your unconscious mind helped you get there along with the conscious actions you were taking. So your unconscious mind is controlling much more than you think, really 95 to 99% of what you do. So if you think about it, if you give your mind repetition, things become automatic. If you have emotional intensity, your unconscious mind is going to generalize and give you more. And if you're clear on what you want, then you can start to get predictable results. Thanks so much for listening. Go ahead and share this with someone who will benefit. Go ahead and comment below. What one is your favorite? The repetition, the emotional intensity, or the clarity of intention? I like them all. I don't know if I really have a favorite. The one, though, that I really like to tell people about is the repetition, because that installs a habit and makes things automatic for you. If you haven't already, go ahead and like the audio and subscribe to the channel. Thanks to everyone who's been subscribing lately. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope to see you on the next video or the next audio.